What is your advice to small business owners to be successful at Facebook marketing if they can't yet afford to hire an agency? This question is from Ashley. I think there's definitely a hole in the market. There's kind of companies that don't need to be in social media marketing. Either they're too small or they're in the wrong industries. It's not really a good fit for them. There's the companies that definitely should be at least addressing the social media question. Maybe they're not jumping in with 2 feet, but they're definitely handling it somehow. If you're talking about small business owners that can't quite get into the agency world, that is definitely a hole. I would say that one thing people one mistake people do is they try to bite off more than they can chew. They'll take on a Twitter profile, a Facebook page, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, when they just have one person's spare time to do social media. That's not a good strategy. You might notice that Watchtower and Pandemic Labs have almost no social media assets of their own. One, that's because our clients don't really find us that way, and that's intentional choice. But two, it's because nearly every single person in these companies is focused on either making the product better or making the client's experience better. So we don't have people worrying about our marketing, right? We don't have people with the time to actually do social media correctly. So we don't, and that's a conscious choice. And I think a lot of small businesses should consider that, because if you can't do things well, it's certainly better to not do them at all. I think people will, if you have a Twitter profile, assume that you're doing the Twitter profile correctly, giving it the time that it needs. And if you do it badly, therefore, even if it's because you don't have enough time, people will, I think, assume that you're just incompetent and not successful. So I think it's tough. I think small business owners should take it one step at a time. I think small business owners should give a lot of thought to what steps come next. For us, that is always the first thing we do when we talk to a client at Pandemic Labs. We make sure that we have the right assets and the right platforms in place already. We prune ones that need to be pruned if we don't have enough time, or we add ones as needed. But I think that is the first question, and too often people skip that question, go straight to the I need social media, I need Twitter, I need all these things, have all the options, and then wonder why they're not doing a good job. So it's a very good question.